You know how we do it, Commander General, yeah, and feeding the people, down here in Trinidad. And you see what's going on with the rain right now, and condition of the people right now is real bad. So again, big ups Commander General Yana, for all, the work that put in over the years, that we could raise up, young black men down here in Trinidad, and could do the same as well in his footsteps. Right? This school is based in the United States of America, right? But we have schools all over the globe, right? And this is the school here in Trinidad, right? So they just come in, so we want some food we have. We also have some clothing, right? But we want to give all the food so that people can come back and get the access to the food and travel the food for the Trinidad, right? So you can take a family with you. Just come to the brother and we'll give you. So you can come in one by one and take it, right? Right? And you can order it one time.
Christ and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. It's all about that warfare, boy. Back up. It's all about that warfare, boy. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him to let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race to make merchandise, how to buy bills. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round. Approaches better move slow. Attack dog for this truth. Nigga, cool y'all. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Back up. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sit, hey, where warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know 2 things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doc. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means? Fall on his ass. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one west. Say what? Long live one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for 'em. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for 'em. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare.
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yohana. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
One west to the death till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Makwaya.
One west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play, cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo.
American Honor don't like no soldiers. For the spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers.
Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ and they image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We live in bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never let your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice ages. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí con la Comandante General Yohana na ISUPK. This is what Commander General Yohana did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
That's right.
I got you.
Let it ride real quick. Look.
The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage to fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poke a sock, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they want, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clip. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember, I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
All right, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Brakatam to all brothers. Yahweh Shemai Latan Ba'Shem Yahushai to all sisters. Priest and Officer Matt Choir of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohan. And in this school, we teach the truth according to the Bible. What is the truth? That so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they are part of the 12 lost tribe of the nation of Israel. And in this book, who's your culture, your history, and your heritage. You understand? Again, school like pole number 1, Morris Street in Point 14. Anybody within the Point 14 area and environs could come down to the school, but we have classes every day of the week. You understand? And we have the Hebrew class on Saturday as well. Right? For more information, if you want to call in to ask any questions, you could call in to the man above me, the officer above me, Officer Sowapiala. You could get him at 479-8286. Or you could call the captain, Captain Mashak Miam, right, out in DC. That is the captain over the school, the captain over Officer Sowapiala. You could call him at 122-701-4640. Right? Again, you could check ISUPK Trinidad on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, for upcoming events, seeing how the classes going on the high holy days and these different things. Right now, we are in the Feast of Tabernacles. We started Sunday, the 5th of September. The Feast of Tabernacles is a high holy day from the Lord that we as a people, we as the children of Israel, must keep and teach throughout our generation. So right now, we're in the Feast of Tabernacles, you understand? That will be closing up Monday, the 13th of October. The next coming high holy day after that is the Feast of Dedication of Hanukkah. That will be on Sunday, the 14th of December. These are the days given to us by, Shalom. These are the days given to us by the Most High, you understand, for our nation, the nation of Israel, to keep throughout our generations. And we're supposed to be teaching this to all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Again, check us out on 91.9 FM, 91.9 FM every Thursday from 7 p.m. You understand? Myself and Officer Sowapiala will be on the street, 91.9 FM, bringing the truth according to the Bible, right? I think this Thursday, we'll be talking about the Immaculate Conception, right? So if you want to get a little edification on that, we'll be teaching on Immaculate Conception and also Gentiles, right? Who are the Gentiles? That will be this Thursday on the street, 91.9 FM, right? So tonight we're going to get into the class. The title of the class is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians Must Know We Are All We Got. You understand? With all the things that is happening throughout the earth, throughout the world, we may think that, you know, we could still hold on to these other nations. You understand? As the time getting more rough, as the time getting more hard, as the time getting more heavy, as wars and rumors of wars is being circulated through the air, our people must know we are all that we have. We go out on the streets and we teach our people the Bible. Come to the classes, we teach our people, or we on our own daily routine. Teach our people this truth. You understand? Some might claim to say, well, how do you know that Christ is black? How do you know that this is the truth? How do you know that Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people? You understand? How should I believe that? But so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't understand that the religious leaders is the one supposed to be bringing the truth, but they are their own agenda. The ISUPK is the one bringing the truth according to the Bible, and in this school, you're going to learn all that you need to know about your nation, your culture, your history, your nationality, and your God, your power, which is your power. You understand? Most people, they could believe, this is how I will put it, right? Most people could believe what they want, but you, as a so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you have a task, you have a job. You understand? You have to be able to examine what is being taught to you, if it is right or if it is wrong. You understand? So when the religious leaders bring their claims to you, you have to be the one to question it and to examine it, because the Lord tell us something. Give me the book of Ezekiel, Babakusha. The Lord tell us something as a people and as a nation. Understand? That we're going to get into right now. Whenever you could read Babakusha.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Son of man.
Son of who?
Son of man.
Mm-hmm.
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
The Lord is saying that he has made us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He has made us a watchman. Over who? Over the house of Israel. Not over all these other nations. The Lord saying he made you a watchman. What is the duty of a watchman? To watch out for danger. To watch out for trouble. You understand? To watch out for when things going wrong within the nation of Israel. You understand? To counsel, to guide. The Lord saying that he has made us what? A watchman. This is the duty that we have to perform throughout our nation. You understand? Religious leaders, those that claim to be the ones that governing over Black people, they are not watchmen. You understand? They are not watching, they are not going in this Bible and showing the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man what they need to know, what they need to understand. They are not going into the Bible and showing them that Christ is Black, the Jews is Black. You understand? They are not going into the scriptures and showing them whereby how we as a nation could build, how we could thrive, how to gather our people back together as one. You understand? The Lord tells us that he made us what? Watchmen. We as a people, we have to watch diligently. What do we have to watch for? These other nations, the thing that is being pushed on our people. You understand? We have to watch out for that. We have to watch out and show them the dangers of these other nations, the slyness of these other nations. This is what we have to look out for. We have to watch out for our own. As the times getting more rough, so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, as the title of the class says, we're going to realize we is the only ones we have. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Come. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth.
Therefore what?
Hear the word at my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and give them warning from me.
Hear the words from this book. Hear this word from the oracles of the Most High. And do what? Give the people warning. Let them know the things that is about to befall them. Let them know the things that is about to happen. Let them know if they break the Most High laws, commandments, and statutes, what is going to take place. Let them know that these other nations, they are your enemies. You understand? Give these nations warning for me. Give Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man warning for me. This is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Lord set us as watchmen. Go ahead, Baba Kusha, verse 18.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
When I say unto who?
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
Go ahead.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
So now, the Lord is telling us, when you give the what? The wicked warning. Telling him all these things. You understand? To do what? Save his life.
Yeah.
So that the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man wouldn't perish. So that they wouldn't fall short ignorantly. You understand? Go ahead.
Kawankan, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
Go ahead.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
That is what we in the ISUPK here for, to give warning. To give warning to our brothers and our sisters in all 12 tribes. To show them where they are going wrong, to show them where they are going right. You understand? To show them the wiles of these other nations. To show them in this book there's a dietary law. There's a ceremonial law. There's a law that we're supposed to know how to dress as a people. There's a dietary law, you understand? If we don't show our people these things, we don't show them that these other nations brought us into captivity. We don't show them that these other nations had us in several captivities. Show them the laws of God so that they could understand. The Lord is saying what? They're going to die in their iniquity. They're going to die in their sins. You understand? Because they will not understand or they will not know that they are going in the wrong direction. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Kawankan, but his blood I will require at thine hand.
What is what?
But his blood I will require at thine hand.
The Lord saying, but his blood is going to require at our hand, watchmen. The Lord is going to require his blood at the watchman's hand. You understand? So when you see in the ISUPK out on the street corners, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are and where they're going wrong, teaching them what is iniquity, teaching them the laws of the Most High. It's because we don't want you to perish. We don't want our brothers and sisters to die. You understand? Go ahead again, Baba Kusha.
Verse 19. Yet, if thou warn the wicked.
If you what?
Yet, if thou warn the wicked.
Go ahead.
And he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
You understand? So the Lord saying, if you warn the wicked, just go out, you teach, show the people and them, even on your own troubles in time. You understand? You show them these things. But what? He turned not from his wickedness, meaning he want to continue doing what he or she does. Smoking weed, committing adultery, committing abortions. You understand? Eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. What is going to happen to him? He's going to die in his wickedness. Read it from the top again, Baba Kusha.
Kanwankan, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, and verse 19. Yet, if thou warn the wicked.
So you warn the wicked. You show him what is iniquity. You show him what is sin. Show him where he's going wrong. Show him the power of the Most High. Show him his nation. Show him his culture. Show him the things that he's not supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
And he turned not from his wicked way.
And he saying, boy, I understand this is the way how things is go. I know God. I know Christ. You understand? We are all one. What was the scripture they like to pull? There is neither Jew nor Greek. We are all one. We can eat anything we want. Just pray over it. Bless it. You understand? Go ahead.
Kanwankan, no, from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity.
He's going to what?
He shall die in his iniquity.
He's going to die in his iniquity. The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child is going to die in their sin. We don't want that for the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. So we are out here, so-called black man, as watchmen, to guide, to watch over, to show where danger is coming, to give warning. Hey, something will not happen. Because we don't want our people to do what? Perish, and to perish ignorantly, because they are not taught the laws of God. They are not taught the things that they're supposed to do. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Kawankan, verse Salakia. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
But your soul, you the watchman, you have delivered your soul.
There will be a man in the house.
That blood wouldn't be on your hand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? That blood wouldn't be on your hand. And these is the things that the religious leaders supposed to be watching for. These are the things that they're supposed to be teaching us as a people. You understand? Give me all numbers 23 and 23 from my Baba Kusha. These are the things that they're supposed to be teaching the people. These pastors and these religious leaders, they are the ones they like to hold on to the pockets, to the belly, but they love greed. You understand? When they're supposed to be teaching our people that there's a dietary law and things we're not supposed to be eating, you understand? The same laws are God done away with. And then when our people end up sinning against the Most High, we're in the hospitals and all these things, high in cholesterol, high in diabetes, high in all these different ailments, then they're coming to do what? These same religious leaders coming with miracle water. You understand? Making you believe that that is going to heal you. When from the start, the Lord already showed, if you don't do this, these things is not going to happen to you. He already set the boundary. He already set the parameter for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. But religious leaders say the laws are God done away with. You do what you want. You understand? But coming into the knowledge of the truth in the ISUPQ under Commanding General Yohana, you're going to learn so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You're going to learn from the basics, go up, the things that the religious leaders are supposed to be telling you. You understand? And as you learn, you're going to understand, just as Officer Sowapiala is saying, right, which is absolutely correct. You're going to learn that this is a family. You're going to understand that you belong in this family. This is the new family that you're coming into. You understand? I want to play something, Baba Kusha. And take a look at this, right? Why is he looking at this? Pay very close attention to what this religious leader is saying. I'll play it twice, right? I cannot show.
You don't know what you're dealing with. Take care and up in the man house. I want to pray for you. I want to pray.
Right? So the religious leader is saying, he's telling somebody in the congregation, take care what you're dealing with. Right? Okay, you could end up in the madhouse. So that's maybe hear any audio on the outside, Baba Kusha, right?
Come on, go.
Yeah, you have a share back there.
Yeah,
right? Because you can end up in the madhouse. This is a religious leader, right? So pay close attention. Listen carefully.
There's a Obia man in the house.
So he's saying that you have an Obia man in the house.
You don't know what you're dealing with.
And you don't know what you're dealing with.
Up in the madhouse.
You can end up in the madhouse.
I want to pray for you.
So from there, he goes to somebody else and say, let me pray for you. Now, if you don't understand the level of gassing up, or gaslighting, as we just say, that just took place, these religious leaders understand when people come to church, they're not coming to church for fun. They're not coming to church because they feel to, or because it's Sunday and, yeah, let me go to church. These people come into church for help. You understand? But they understand the psychological effect of the people coming to look for help. When they come and look for help, he immediately say, you will be a man in the house, because most people understand when things start to go wrong with them, it's because of somebody do them something. You understand? Some obia, some ritual, something. Then understanding what taking place. So we say, all right, let's have a obia man in the house. Careful what you're doing, taking end up in the man house. Yeah. Come on. All right, go ahead now, yeah. Right? There's a man in the house, taking end up in the man house. And immediately from there, he turns to another person and say, let me pray for you. So what does that show the whole congregation that is looking on? What does that show? That goes to show that I, the preacher, have the power. I, the preacher, have the power. Because I seeing it have a man in the house. I seeing he could end up in the mad house. I seeing somebody else here, I need to pray for them. So now they move away from giving the most high utterance, giving the most high the power to you, the religious leader, holding that power. You understand? And they now is the ones that is leading the flock astray. Let me play it again, and we go close up with this video for now, right? Listen carefully.
There will be a man in the house. You don't know what you're dealing with. Take care and end up in the madhouse. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you.
So automatically, in that short instance, he captured the attention of the whole audience without teaching them nothing. That's why we say in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, this is a school. You come in here, it's going to be taught. You understand? You're going to learn things. And when you learn things, it's going to pass it on to our next brother or sister that does not know, that does not understand. You understand? We go in.
You have been affected so bad, but you came the right place, the right time. God is going to deliver you today. Get in the line. Jesus.
So you're walking around the congregation. What's going on up here again?
Today is your day of deliverance.
We meet somebody else in the crowd and say, today is your deliverance. Now remember what took place with the other people just before. There will be a man in the house. You understand? He could end up in the madhouse. He come and tell this person, hey, I need to pray for you. He pray for that person. He move on and say, hey, something wrong with you. Listen.
They mess you up so bad.
Somebody mess you up bad.
You don't even know yourself. But your family is concerned about you. Your deliverance is today. You're going to undo the voodoo. Get in the line.
Your deliverance is today. You're going to undo the voodoo. Line up. Right? Now, when these religious leaders do these things over and over and over again, you as the looking on audience, you as the person going through whatever you're going through, you know what you're saying? Yeah, boy. I feel I have to go by that church just because he's seeing this person is a warrior man. He's seeing this person need help and the family attacking them. You understand? You not understanding that these religious leaders, they just gassing you up just to get your money in their pockets. You understand? So now your lack of I don't want to say education, but your lack of knowing the wiles of these religious leaders, that is going to be the outcome. We're going to be in church, ready to give up everything to the religious leader. You understand? And when you finish and you quote unquote pray, which he's not praying for you, and you walk out, you're feeling well, boy, yeah, boy. Pastor, pray for me today, and you're feeling delivered. But you're going back home and do every wrong thing that the Lord does not want you to do. You understand? You're going and do every wrong thing. But again, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are here. For you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Give me the numbers His numbers are the tell it all, right? Give me Numbers 23 and 23, Baba Kusha.
The book of Numbers, chapter 23 and verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob.
Surely what?
Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob.
So when it says surely, there is no enchantment against Jacob. You understand? When it's telling that to a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, you might want to know what we're talking about. The Lord is telling you without a doubt, without the shadow of a doubt, there is no enchantment against the children of Jacob or against Jacob, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel. So all what the pastor talking about, somebody doing something in their life, and you have voodoo and somebody practicing on you and all these different things, the Lord telling you, these things is not going to affect the children of Israel without the shadow of a doubt. You understand? But we in our ignorance, not understanding the scriptures, not understanding the Bible, not understanding our culture, our people, our heritage, we believe in what the pastor said. But the Lord is telling us, surely no enchantment against Jacob. Go ahead.
Come on, come. Neither is there any divination against Israel.
Neither what?
Neither is there any divination against Israel.
All these things with voodoo and necromancy and all these different things, these things, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, the Lord saying these things is not going to affect you. You understand? What you do need to do is to come into the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana and start learning. You understand? So you wouldn't be going back to these religious institutions and giving them the money or the offerings and the love, give the tithes that you could use to help your people, to help build back your nation. You understand? Because the nation of Israel, our people, we are at the bottom. We are at the lowest state right now. You understand? And when you look at all these religious institutions in all the areas that is, know that then, they just take. Then looking back at the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child. You understand? They watch the communities that these churches are in, broken communities. You understand? And in these communities, there are a lot of broken homes that need repairing. And I'm not talking about the physical aspect of the home. You understand? But the structure of the home need repairing. People need counseling. People need advice. People need a lot of things. Our people need plenty. And the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the doors are open for you. The doors are open for that. You understand? We don't understand the state our people in. But these religious leaders, they don't care. They just take and leave. Take full the pockets, full the belly, and leave. To hell with the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Once they feel good, once their pockets feel good, yeah, to hell with everything else. You understand? When they're supposed to be teaching our people these small basic things, you know much homes, you know much places in the ghetto. Every time you hear, like, I will say it like this, like I get you talking, there's always Obia or Voodoo or somebody doing something or something to mash outside. Not understanding that they're just going against the laws of the Most High. They're just going against, you understand, what the Lord set up for his nation, for his people. So what if all these ghettos, all these areas understand, it's not no voodoo and no obia, no enchantment, is we as a people, we not obeying the things of the Lord. What if these places start understanding these things? You know what happens? Everything going to turn. And all these religious leaders, churches going on empty, the pockets going on be empty. You understand? Everything for the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man is in this book. You understand? But we have to go inside it, read. Just as the scripture says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None is going to fail. We're going to get that scripture later on, but I'm continuing, Baba Kusha.
Come on, Khan. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what God had wrought.
You understand? So black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, this obia and this voodoo and these enchantments, the Lord says it is not going to affect you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian. You understand? Give me Jeremiah 10 and 21, Baba Kusha. It is not going to affect you. Some people might say, hey, nah, that real, boy. Obi real, voodoo real, all these things real. You understand? Because look what happened to me, look what happened to this, look what happened to that. Come into the school, get your counselor and they go understand why. You seeing what you seeing. Because there's a lot of things for you to understand. But all these Obia thing, nah, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. These religious leaders, they're just gassing you.
Yes,
They're just gassing them just to get away in your pocket. You understand? Time for us to walk away from that. Walk away from religion. Walk away from these institutions. You understand? Start learning your culture, your heritage right here in the ISUPK. You're going to learn that. Start learning who you are. Most of these religious leaders, they like to flare it up, taking it from the top, but I like to always say we're taking it from the bottom. Start with the basics. You understand? Start with the basics and then keep going up. This is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? What do you have it? Of some micro? Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 21, Bible Kusha.
Come on. Select Jeremiah 10 on
21.
Come on. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 21.
Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
For the pastors are become brutish.
For the what?
For the pastors are become brutish.
This is what you have to understand. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Lord is telling us through his prophet Jeremiah, the pastors, they have become brutish. You understand? Go ahead.
And have not sought the Lord.
And have not what?
And have not sought the Lord.
They didn't go inside this book to understand the things that is inside here to teach the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. These religious leaders, they're not seeking after the Lord. When you watch that little video there, for example, that little clip, you're going to understand, nah, something wrong. And when you compare that with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commandant General Anna, you're going to see something totally different. Same book. You understand? All of the religious leaders don't use the book. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on. Therefore, they shall not prosper.
Yes, therefore they shall what?
They shall not prosper.
This is what's going to happen to these religious leaders, these institutions. Everything, all these churches going to crumble brick by brick, piece by piece. All these churches is going to fall. Go ahead.
And all their flocks.
And all their what?
And all their flocks shall be scattered.
And all the flocks of these religious leaders, they're going to be scattered. You understand? They're not going to come together. They're going to be what? Scattered. When the Lord tells us in the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. When you have it, you can read that from your Bible. Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Come on.
The Lord tells us in the book of Zephaniah what to do as a people. You understand? Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
What?
Gather yourselves together.
The black man, the Hispanic man, the Native Indian man. The Lord is telling us, gather ourselves together. Look at the times that we are in. Look at the things that is happening. All these other nations, look, for example, right here in Trinidad with the Elamites, which is the East Indians. You seeing how they already putting things in place for their people. Look at Guyana. You understand? Look at the things that the Chinese, the 1% doing right here in Trinidad. They already putting things in place for their people. But the Lord is telling us, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, don't be caught up in the things that is happening around you. The Lord is telling us, gather ourselves together. Go ahead.
Come on. Gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together what?
O nation not desired.
But you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, what you're going to realize in a bit, in a minute, is that you is the nation that is not desired. Some may already understand and know, boy, These other races, they can't like black people. But the Lord already tell that through his prophet. You is that nation that is not desired. When you go back in the history of Israel, when you go back in the history of our people, of our nation, look at the amount of captivities we was in. Look at the atrocities that happened to us throughout these captivities. Leading right up to the Atlantic slave trade. But how much of our people died? You understand? Leading right up to today, look at how the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is being treated amongst these nations. Lord is telling us, gather ourselves together, because you is that nation that is not desired. You understand? Where the black, Hispanic man and Native Indian man supposed to be gathering? Only one place. Not the Christian church, not the Muslim mosque, not the mandir, not no religion or religious place. One place, that is in the ISUPK under commanding General Yahana. That's why we always say give the school a call. The numbers passing below the screen. You understand? The officer above me, Officer Swapiala, call the number. Get yourself in class. Start understanding what's going on. Share the class. You understand? Light pool number 1, Morris Street in Point 14. Come and understand what's going on. Because at the time is unfolding, you're going to understand so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. We is the only people that we have. These other nations, when they start pushing you away, when they start seeing about their own, you're going to realize, nah, we is the only ones we have. You understand? Give me Romans chapter 3 and verse 13, Baba Kusha.
Come on.
You're going to understand we is the only ones we have. Some people say, nah, not a Bible thing. Me able that Bible thing now. Yes, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You have to start being able with that Bible thing right now. Because the time's getting serious. But that wouldn't stop us in the ISUPK from continually going out on the streets, teaching these classes, waking up our brothers and sisters through the four corners of the earth. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Come on, the book of Romans 13.
Yeah, Romans 3 and 3, Baba Kusha.
The book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every
3 and 3.
Romans 3 and 3?
Yeah.
Come on. For what if some did not believe?
You understand? For what if some didn't believe? What if some didn't believe in the Bible? What if some didn't believe in the things that that you're saying? What if some didn't believe that the things that these prophets, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Jeremiah, Paul, Ezekiel, you understand? Peter. What if some didn't believe the things that has been said throughout this whole book? What if some didn't believe Christ black or the angels black? What if some don't believe that we are separate people? Go ahead.
Come on. Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Go ahead.
Verse 4. God forbid.
God what?
God forbid.
Nah, their unbelief shouldn't make this work stop. Their unbelief shouldn't make you stumble. You understand? Verse 4 say, God forbid. Go ahead.
Yea, let God be true.
Let who?
Let God be true. But every man a liar.
Let the words of the Most High be true. And every man what? A liar. If some didn't believe the things that you're saying, that shouldn't make the work of the Most High stop. You still have to go on. It's still going to go on. You understand? Some people believe in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Bhagavad Gita, the Book of Mormons. You understand? Some people believe in all these things. But the word of the Most High, God say, let it be true, and every man a lie. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, Baba Kusha. When you have a look going.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the
Give me-
whole duty of man.
Give me start on verse 12, Baba Kusha.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books.
Be what?
Of making many books.
Be what?
Be admonished
Go ahead.
of making many books.
Be admonished. What does admonish mean? Somebody look up the word admonish from my Baba Kusha.
Can admonish means warn or reprimand someone fully.
Do what? So like what it say?
Warn or reprimand someone fully.
So it's saying, and furthermore by these, my son, be warned. Be warned firmly. Go ahead. Continue scripture, Baba Kusha.
Of making many books.
Of what?
Of making many books.
The Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Bhagavad Gita, you understand, the Book of Mormons, whatsoever book it is. Go ahead.
There is no end.
There's no end. These books is going to keep duplicating and continuing and going and going. You could look all these books. There's what? No end. Go ahead.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
And much studying, not studying the scriptures, much studying is going to weary your flesh. All these books you're looking into. You don't want to understand Christ is black and the angels black, but they want to go into Egyptology. He was in Egypt and the hieroglyphics. You understand? It's weariness of the flesh is going to make you get tired. Go ahead to verse 13, Baba Kusha.
Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Go ahead.
Fear God.
What we as a people have to do?
Fear God.
Go ahead.
And keep his commandments.
This is where we have to do so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. How could you or how would you fear the Most High? You have to go in this book. You have to learn. You have to be taught. In the Christian church, there's no fear of the Most High. Look at the things that they do. Look how they operate. Look at the things they say. There's no fear of the Most High in this religious institution. But in the ISUPK, you're going wrong, our brother is going to correct you. Our sister is going to correct you. Yeah. Yes, I'm hold on. You want use the right time? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. And just plug it in. When you plug it in, you have a red light on it. And it's kind of long too, so it should reach. Right, so I was saying the religious leaders, the religious institutions, they don't fear the Lord. In these churches, they have no fear of the Lord. In the ISUPK, we fear the Lord. You understand? Because we're going to show you what you're supposed to do. We're going to show you what you're not supposed to do. We're going to show you the things that is going to befall you if you sin against the Most High. We're going to show you the things that is going to be blessed with if you follow the Most High. You understand? A brother is going to pick up our brother when he's seen him fall, when he's seen him stumble. In here, to have the fear of the Lord. Going to go to all these councils when brothers wrong brothers or sisters wrong brothers and understand why these things happen. Understand what these men trying to show. Correct you and put it back on the right path. Set it back out. You understand? You're not going to get that in these religious institutions. The Lord is telling us what? The conclusion of the whole matter is to fear the Lord. Start understanding the fear of the Most High. And keep the Most High's rules, his commandments, his regulation. Understand the destruction of the Lord. You understand? That was here, night, Baba Kusha.
For this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man. This is what you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man supposed to be doing. Fear the Lord, keep his commandments. You understand? Give me, you want to do something? All right, great. All right, this is what we have to do as a people. This is what we have to do as a nation, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Fear the Most High, keep the Most High rules, His commandments, and His statutes. You understand? When you go to the book of, the first 5 books of Moses, through the scripture, Salakia, you're going to see where Moses keep telling us, hey, hear ye this word, O children of Israel. You understand? To the 12 tribes of Israel. Everything is being projected to the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. To Israel's 12 sons, Jacob 12 sons. You understand? These rules, these laws, these commandments, and these statutes, these things is for us. These things must be taught to us and to our generations also. You understand? This book belongs to you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Give us 2 Timothy 4 and verse 3, Babakusha. So despite what the religious leaders might be saying, despite what they might be doing, you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you have to understand that you have to seek out the Most High. Not just sitting down and listening and clapping, singing at him, you know, to feel good. And leave from the church, you're feeling, but yeah, boy, pastor know what really going on. Look at what happened. Look at what that pastor did to the people in the congregation in a minute. In a minute, he captured the whole audience, and remember, you're doing that over time. Over time, over time. How long are you going to church now? You're going to church 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You ain't realizing that the pastor just waxing you up. When you wax up enough, you could go against the pastor. Hell no. You could see the pastor eating pork behind a pig pen. You leaving the pastor to do that right there. You ain't see nothing. You turning your eyes. You understand? But in the ISOPK, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you are required to hold a certain standard. You are required to hold the standard of the Most High. Not my standard as the teacher or teachers who you might see teaching all over the UPK. You have to hold the standard of the Most High, hold the standard of the nation, hold the standard of these rules, these laws, hold the standard of the Lord. You understand? And as you read earlier on what the Lord says, set us as watchmen, watch for when our brother might stumble, watch for when our brother might fall. You understand? If these things is being instituted in our black communities, you're going to see the black people changing like wildfire. The religious leaders, they don't understand this book. You know? They don't understand the things that could change black people in a minute. You know? Otherwise, they would have been going inside there and showing it. We're going to show you so-called black man the why it's good. We're going to show you the bad also. If you disobey or if you don't want to hear what the Lord has for us as a nation to rise, to be above all people as He wants us to be. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusham.
No. The book of 2 Timothy.
Yeah, 2 Timothy 4. Say that again? Oh, verse 3. Verse 3 to 4, Baba Kusha. Salaki on that.
2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
For the time will come.
For the what?
For the time will come.
Prophet is letting us know there's a time coming. So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Go ahead.
When they will not endure sound doctrine.
When they will not what?
When they will not endure sound doctrine.
Why the prophet is saying they're not going to endure sound doctrine? Endure. Meaning they had something. They had something or they was exposed to something. But he's saying they're not going to endure, meaning they're not going to stand the test of time. They're not going to stand right with the Most High. You understand? They have the book. The religious leaders have the book. But it's not going to endure what? Sound doctrine. It's not going to endure the things that is inside here. Go ahead.
But after their own lust.
But what?
But after their own lust.
Because when you look at these religious leaders in these churches, watch how they just operate. Pockets, nice car, big house, family in order, family in gay. You understand? People praising them. This is what these religious leaders like. They're not going to endure what? Song doctrine. They're not going to endure stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You understand? Stop being homosexuals. Stop being hoes. Stop. Look at what's happening in these churches now. All these unlawful things in the Christian church. You understand? The family structure where the man is the head of the house and the woman, the man is the head of woman, Christ is the head of man, and the Most High is the head. These things not being taught in the church. When you're watching the Christian church, woman is the head of the house. You understand? Women all on these pulpits teaching the congregation. There's a structure. There's rules. There's laws. There's commandments. The Lord already set up everything for our nation to thrive, for our nation to grow and build. But the Lord is telling them what? They're not going to what? Endure song doctrine. They're going to go after their lust. These is the things they're supposed to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. All these religious leaders of these other nations, meaning these other races, like the East Indians, because you have a lot of East Indian pastors, a lot of white pastors, right in Trinidad, they might look black. So look here. You understand? They might look black. Might look like a Negro man. They might look like one of your people. A lot of them. You understand? That teaching you this book, so-called black man, and you know, let's rock back because they didn't understand. They know. That's why the school is here, is to help you understand this Bible. They're teaching you this book, and they, for their own self, don't understand that this book belongs to you. This is your culture and your heritage, your constitution. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
For the time will come when they will not endure song doctrine.
So they're not going to endure song doctrine. Go ahead.
But after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers.
They're going to do what?
Heap to themselves teachers.
They're going to heap to themselves teachers. They don't want to understand, to hear song doctrine. They want to hear how a man feel. You understand? They want to hear what makes that man feel good. When you watch religious leaders, just pay attention to when these religious leaders giving this sermon. I remember a time I outside, right? Listening to a radio program. And while I mixing the concrete listening to radio program, and the program finished. And next program come on, but was a sermon with TD Jakes. And TD Jakes started his sermon, but I outside in the concrete, so I can't go upstairs to change the radio station. So I said, well, let me just listen to what this man saying here. And for almost a whole 45 minutes mixing concrete, TD Jakes and pull one scripture. I shouldn't say TD Jakes, TD Snakes. He input one scripture. It's just bare how we feel, what thing he read from some book, what partner they tell him. You understand? Some of that book, somebody write, woman, do what, Lucy pull out something from and that. Not one scripture. He ain't saying, hey, the Jews black, Christ black. You understand? To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greetings. Who is the 12 tribe? Break down the flood. So we who is Ham, Shem, Japheth, Noah. You understand? Show me the laws of the Most High, what we supposed to be doing. Show me how we supposed to be gathering ourselves together for a whole 45 minutes. Just bare rambling on absolutely nothing. And our people over time, we've been caught up in that. You understand? We've been caught up here in the same thing over and over and over. And these religious leaders know why they're doing that. They didn't give any a break. So now it moved from Sunday service, to a Monday night service, a Tuesday service, You understand? Then they might have men's conference on Wednesday, then woman. So now you constantly in this loop and nothingness. And in realizing, you're not learning the word of the Most High. You're not learning what you need to do. But so much high holy days and feast days the Lord have. You understand? What's the space of days? That it have 8 days. You understand? Count 50 days after this and do that. Find flour mingle with all. The Lord telling us what to do. It have things we have to do because why? We as a family, as the officer Swapiala was bringing out, we are a family. So now imagine you from Venezuela. We having the Feast of Tabernacles or the Feast of Hanukkah which coming up. Coming to Trinidad to meet with your brothers and sisters who you didn't see for a long time. You understand? To do what the Lord said, to make that holy convocation, that holy gathering. Imagine how beautiful that is. Just like how when I was out in the world or where I might reflect back one and say, hey, you know, Christmas, not Christmas, Salakia. August holidays coming. Everybody going by the grandmother house. All cousins coming by the grandmother house and meet up. You understand? And everybody playing and eating and drinking and having a time. These days was created under that same kind of structure where the Lord wants us as 12 brothers, as 12 to come together. Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Keep these high holy days, keep these feast days. Do what the Lord tells us to do. Make the fear of the Lord come on you. Let the Lord bring us up as being that separate people, that holy people. Because right now, black people, we are at the bottom. We don't understand we is all we have. We can't go to the East Indians and the Chinese and the Syrians for help. The way what we will call help, we talking about food to eat or a car to drive. You understand? We talking about help as a nation. You see how these nations making move, Chinese coming over to Venezuela and getting them fleets of ship. You understand? The Venezuelans are the oil reserve. They could go in the oil reserve and you of the black nation, that nation pumping oil and gas. That kind of help. You understand? Yeah, Salakia and Officer Michael. Yeah, go ahead, see. Nah, press it.
Salakia,
Yeah, no.
and we're bringing all the it's so true, right? Because look, even today, all right, it had a very strong wind gust, right? That blew off some roofs here in Trinidad, right? And it was in a predominantly rich area, right? Where the Syrians in Trinidad and Tobago live, right? And a couple of house roof was blown off, right? And when the emergency relief came to them, right, they basically needed nothing, right? Because their houses were already insured, right? When the minister arrived, right, they themselves was telling the minister, well, our house is already insured. All their roof already blown off on the ground, the furniture wet, the house full of water, and in their mind, they already secured. They didn't want any external help. You understand where I come from? Right? And even their families was already designated to go to other houses within the area. Right. So they were already prepared for that. Right? And just like we're bringing out, black people don't understand how far below we are. Because if a simple disaster like that did happen in a black community today, right, we would have been needing all the aid and all the effort, and to try to get back us up to a place where at least we would be able to have a place to rest our head for the night. Right? So I just wanted to add that.
There's no set to water for that. And like what you said, we will have a place to rest for the night. You understand? Why all these nations are so right that we're saying, because let me show you something too. Right? Just as they're rightfully saying, these Syrians, this thing that happened in the West, we go touch on it a little bit, but I would just take it from a different perspective, but I like how you bring out that, which is very important. These 1% in these areas, they have their people, they have their association, they fix. That's why their roofs insured, their houses insured. You understand? What black man you know house insured? You guys know about building a house? You understand? Getting inside there as fast as possible before you get wet. No matter if it's a 10 by 10 board, you understand? A 2-bedroom, a 1-bedroom, you understand? Because we at the bottom, there's always a scrape and a fight to try to reach to the top. Not understanding the Lord tell us do what? Gather yourself together. Look what happened with Black Wall Street. A few people gather themselves together, make things start happen, but the Lord was just working with it. You understand? And we now could look back and understand, yeah, the Lord wasn't with it, but you could be seeing the potential of what black people could do by gathering themselves together. You understand? When you watch these other nations, these other races, the Chinese, the Syrians, the East Indians, that's what they're doing. They're gathering themselves together. You understand? To make sure they help their people. When Penal and Davie and all these places flood out, is immediate relief. Immediate relief. You understand? But as I rightfully saying, these things happening in poor black communities like Library. You understand? Places in Point, Sea Lots. You understand? Beaton. Let these things happen in these places. Ministers will come down. Yeah, that's where. Because the first thing they're going on board, I'm afraid to go up inside. And the people crying for help. You over constituency that crying for help, but you're afraid to go. You understand? And when you do go there, is what assistance they're going to get now. That might take forever. As this happens, immediately the storm ain't even finished yet. Storm still going on. Is 1% and them done down there. You understand? So you're absolutely correct way saying Officer Mike got about for that. But we know as a people, gather ourselves together, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Because what happened today up in Westmoreland, on the west, what happened today? Is something totally something that we have to pay attention to because you could learn from that. And I will show you something before the class is over, right? With that same Westmoreland thing, but where what was that, Mike? Where was that?
So I guess we had 2 Timothy chapter 4 at the ending of the street.
All right, continue. Read it from the beginning, Baba Kusha.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
So the time has come. The people is not going to do what? Endure sound doctrine. You understand? Because what has been taught in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, this is sound doctrine. This is the truth. According to the Lord, according to his prophets. This is the truth. You understand? Some people may drift away from it, going into other books, into other philosophies, into other doctrines. You understand? So they're not holding on to this, what the Lord give us. But they rather hold on to, Amen-Ra and Seti. When they was a whole disgusting people by themselves. You understand? When they actually go in and examine certain things, they rather go in deep. And if you look at it, right? Egypt culture, so it's so weird. They always till today they're always discovering something. The Lord don't give me package already. The Holy Bible. You understand? The teachers, the prophets. This is how we have to start a charter course. You don't give me the constitution already. Don't give us our way. When you look back at the Egyptians, they always finding some new mummy, then realizing that this wasn't the person who was here. So it's a mess. But this truth, this doctrine, cut and clear. But you have to understand it. You have to be taught. You understand? You have to be taught. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in the source by trying to come up with all kind of doctrine and mix it up with the Bible. You understand? Saying that you can eat unclean meat because Paul or Peter say this and Christ in black, it was just a vision on the mountain and how come we don't see no bodies are the priests and the prophets from the ancient days? You look back at your great grandmother, your great grandmother, you could find her bones. You understand? We find a set of Egyptian mummy all over the place, but when you look at the culture, the customs of the Egyptians, they used to embalm their dead, put them in a tomb, put them in a casket, put them in a tomb. You understand? So that is why now today you can go back and you can find it. Because of what they understood, what they did for their people. But our culture is to bury. Your mother die, your father die, your grandmother, your brother, your sister, your child. You understand? We have a custom. You wrap them in clothes, you say different prayers, you bury them. Just like their forefathers and fathers before them slept. You understand? That is the custom of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Egyptians, they on something different. David Lord see put that difference between the Egyptians and Israel. You understand? Continue, Babu Kusha.
Come. But after their own lust.
But after what?
But after their own lust.
They're going after their own lust because they find those doctrines might sound good, they might feel good. Those doctrines can make them smoke weed, drink rum to be drunk. You understand? Commit adultery, fornication. You understand? That is why they're going after their own lust. They're going after things that make them feel good. But in this truth, it's going to be rough. It's going to be nice, but it's going to have the rough time because the Lord says, for gold is tried in the fire. An acceptable man in the fullness of adversity. Just paraphrasing the scripture. You have to go through something for the Lord to prove. You understand? That you ruling with him. That you with this truth. You understand? He had to make you that diamond. He had to make you that gold piece. So you had to go through things so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. My coming to the truth 10, 15 years, been working in pressure. You asking yourself, what the hell, boy? Like the Lord against me, boy, I'm doing everything right. You understand? My coming to the truth, realize you have breast cancer. How to fight so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? You coming to the truth, you lost your house, you lost your family. How to fight. Have brothers and sisters inside here, equipped with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to pass it on to you for you to understand how this world is operate, how this world is function, how things needs to be done. You understand? We ain't coming in here with the things from the world. You understand? When we come in here and we start learning it, as the scripture says, knowledge profit up. And they come in and they learn, they start up. So-called Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian. Coming to the truth, that young man and young woman is to be a brother to your next brother, sister to your next sister. You understand? To make sure there's no isms and schisms that can make us go back being people that we once was in the world. You understand? When you come inside here, the Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you have to fight. Just like the other nations fighting for whatever they have to do for their nation. You now have to fight for your nation too. And the generals will always tell us that nothing can build without sacrifice. For your nation to be above all nations, there are a lot of sacrifices that we have to do as a people. Seen and unseen. You understand? When you start to watch how things start unraveling, it is beautiful to see. Absolutely beautiful, because now it's making it even get stronger faith in the Most High, stronger faith in the truth. When you're out in the world and you're serving the Lord, and yeah, faith, you don't understand what you say, because you already have. So your mind is just weak to, faith, Jesus, but going to the rough and seeing the rough unfold to be things better. You understand? And when things unfolding to be better, going back in the rough, and you know how to understand why this is happening. You're calling again counsel, you're calling again advice, you're calling the showing, hey, this is how things need to be done. I'm talking about you're calling men above you who've been through what you know going through. And they're telling, hey, this is how you have to row the boats. Row to the left, row to the right. And you seeing this, how this rough stream turning into a puddle. You understand? But we have to go through something so-called Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Don't give heed to soothing spirit and itchy ears. But these pastors and these religious leaders only about themselves. You understand? Only about themselves. They don't want to go through that. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
But after their own lust.
But after what?
Their own lust.
Mm-hmm.
Shall they heap unto themselves teachers having itching ears.
They want to heap to themselves teachers having itchy ears. They want to hear nice things. They want to hear smooth things. That's scripture says. They want to hear things that, you know, that will make them feel good. They will begin a schooling. Hey, this, that. From their religious leader. And that making them feel good. But they don't understand the psychological warfare that is happening to them, the trauma bonding and all these different things. But the religious leader trying to put in again to make sure things go his way because he don't believe in the Most High. He don't believe that he could accomplish these things another way. You understand? So you have fully pockets from you, build a house and buy cars, fancy cars. You understand? Fly out on jets and all these different things. There's a lot you're going to learn when you come into the ISUPK under commanding General Yana. It's a lot. When you learn these things, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, turn to the left. As one eye generalists always say, General, my man, turn back. When you turn back, you do what? Pass it on to another brother or another sister. And not just pass it on to them, but teach them how to pass it on to somebody else. You understand? And watch how the Lord reveals certain things. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
And they shall do what?
Turn away their ears from the truth.
So when they heap these teachers onto them, yeah, I like how this man does talk. I like how he just explain the scripture. You understand? Because he say all meat good to eat. You do what? Turn your ears away from the truth. When men coming out and tell you, all meat good to eat. When brothers on the street corners and in these classes and telling you, not all meat good to eat. You can't be on the stripper pole. You can't be a homosexual. You can't be an adulterer. You can't be a whoremonger. You can't be a drunk. Watch out for harlots. You understand? You don't want to hear that? Nah. Turn your ears away from the truth. Because they want to do what? Continue in your own lust, as the scripture says. Go ahead.
And shall be turned unto fables.
Give me John 10 and 22, Baba Kusha. You understand? Turn away from the truth and turn unto what? Fables. Things that is of no profit. Things that is vain. Things that cannot help black people come out of the condition that they're in. You understand? When you look at the cycle, I watching just before the class started tonight, I watching, talking about how much people get shoot within the couple hours for the day, or 7 or 8, same cycle over and over. You understand? And anytime I see things like that, I just get mad because I say, boy, these religious leaders done. Them had a like when they see people being killed like that. You understand? Because they were the ones to watch over the flock. They were the ones to watch over the Lord's people. They were the ones to show them, hey, how we just deal with one another as brothers and sisters. No, yeah, brothers, killing brothers left, right, and center. You understand? But I pray the Lord in the ISUPK under commanding General and more mighty men raise up. You understand? Come into the school, learn, start to get it true. You understand? Scriptures say, accept your humble yourself as a child. Come into the truth in the school, get it true. Carry it back. Take brothers and sisters them on the outside. Spread it like wildfire. But these is the things that Paul and Peter and Ezekiel and all of them fought for. They was fighting against these religious leaders, these Romans, these people in high places, politicians, people who have power. You understand? Fighting for now, I and you could get it. I, myself, Matoya, people listening or watching on could get his truth. Men fought for these things years before, even before we born. I remember my brother went to get a recommendation in the school. I said, but wait now. As I get a recommendation, I watch it date. Wait now, this is the time I start school. When I watch the date, I say, but the first thing come to my head. You understand? My eye full of all water, not that being weak, but saying, wait, but jeez. When I watch the date, I start saying, but men out on the street risking their life so that now I can have the truth to pass it to somebody else.
Right.
You understand? That brutal. And sometimes it is had to bless the Lord us. Because when you hear about them stories and them of people like Abba Bivens and all them little officers and them was coming up before, you see them going out on the streets and who pulling gun and people in truck with gun inside the truck and thing and men risking their life. You understand? Men risking their life to make sure somebody in a ghetto hole with a cigarette or a joint in the mouth, or some woman on a stripper pole could at least hear this truth. You understand? They're outside there doing the thing. Since before I born. And then now when I born and I growing up and I start understanding certain things, you know, you're going to the Christian church and they say that, then boom, the Lord says, give me John chapter 10 and verse 22, Bible question.
Come on. The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22. And it was said at Jerusalem.
So like 10 and 22, right?
Come on.
Yes, now. Hold on. Hold on 1 minute, Bible question. Wait, who is John or John?
John.
Hold on 1 minute. Did I write something wrong? John 10 and 27, Bible question.
Come on. The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice.
My what?
My sheep hear my voice.
When it start coming up, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, this is what's going to happen to you. Lord saying his sheep is going to do what?
Hear his voice.
You're going to hear the voice of the Most High. You're going to understand? Yeah. I need to come out of this Christian church. I need to come out of this Muslim mosque. I need to put on this weed, stop committing adultery. You understand? And all different things. Because the Lord said his sheep hear his voice. When we're out on the street, right, not we just talking because we feel to talk. You understand? 10 and 22, right? 27. Go up to verse. Go up to verse 22.
Come on. The book of John, chapter 10, verse 22.
Right.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication.
Right, the feast that coming up after this feast that we are in. The feast of dedication or Hanukkah in the Hebrew. You understand? Which is in the month of December. Now that feast day, that is in the month of December, the pagans give you Christmas around that time. You understand? But when they come into the knowledge of the truth of who you are, your culture, your history, your people, You go understand that all these pagan holidays or man-made holidays, we have to forget. You have to drop that. Christmas, Easter, your birthdays, New Year's Day, all these things is after another God. You understand? Same thing like what used to be happening in Egypt. The Lord see quite a difference between the Hebrews, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and the Egyptians. We are different people. So around that time in December, which is not the 12th day, which is not the 12th month of the year, you understand? But around that time is when it have the Feast of Dedication. That is the time when they're talking about here, or Hanukkah. Go ahead.
Hanukkah. And it was winter.
And it was when?
And it was winter.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Verse 24. Then came the Jews round about him.
So then came the Jews round about Christ. Go ahead.
And said unto him, How long wilt thou make us doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly.
So now the Jews was around Christ, and they're saying, if you is the man, if you is Christ, then just tell me he's Christ. You understand? Can I make me remember someone when I was young coming up in the truth, right? And the captain was teaching us. I think I make a statement to the effect whereby I say, so if we was here already, you understand what's our next slide? If we was here already, it's to that effect. If we was here already, or if we was back then in Egypt, and we know this now, then now I would not be like them. You understand? And the answer is here now. It was like them. That is why you come back. You understand? Because you say, if them know all this, how they could make the mistake? Yeah. Making the mistake, see. You understand? If you don't understand, we're under the places that they do. The Jews are on Christ, and they're saying, if you is Christ, if you is the man, if you is the man in charge, tell me. If you is the Christ, you is the man doing all these miracles, tell me. You understand? Go ahead.
How long dost thou make us to doubt?
How long you keep doing doubt? You understand? Go ahead.
If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly. And how shall I answer them? I told you, and ye believe not.
You say what?
I told you, and ye believe not.
Tell them, but they didn't believe. He told the Jews, and they didn't believe. Just like on the street corner, teaching the people, telling them all these different things. Not my Jesus. They're telling them Christ is a black man. Not my Jesus. The mind done indoctrinated already from the influence of the Romans, from the influence of religions and doctrine. Not my Jesus. You understand? Go ahead.
The works that I do.
The what?
The work that I do. The work that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
So he's saying the works that he do in his Father's name, they bear witness of him. You understand? The works that he do in his Father's name. Let you know, Christ and the Most High, it's not the same person. He doing after his Father. Go ahead.
Verse 26. But ye believe not.
But what?
But ye believe not.
So the things that he doing, the Jews didn't believe. Healing the sick. You understand? Raising Lazarus from the dead. Healing the blind. All these different things, they didn't believe. Go ahead.
Because ye are not of my sheep.
Because what?
Because ye are not of my sheep.
Which is very important, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man to understand. Absolutely important to understand. Christ saying the things that I do, he didn't believe. The reason why he didn't believe, the reason why I want to know if I is Christ, the reason why I want to know if I is the man, he didn't believe. You understand? Go ahead.
As I said unto you, verse 27, my sheep hear my voice.
My what?
My sheep hear my voice.
Now, you were saying before You did not believe because you are what? Not of my sheep. Now he is saying, my sheep. What? Hear my voice. My sheep understand. And the word of the Most High coming out. That piqued my interest there, but what about my Christ? And they start to do what? Follow. Go ahead, continue, Baba Kusha.
Kamukan, and I know them.
And what?
And I know them.
Mm-hmm.
And they follow me.
So now, Christ is saying that he know them. Go feel, we could just hear the truth, and they know the head. Dividend. The Lord saying that he know them. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them. You understand? And those sheep that hear the Most High voice, go ahead.
Kamukan,
Continue it, and they follow me.
Kamukan, and they follow me.
And these sheep follow the Most High. You see, they hear his voice, he know them, and they follow me. We're going to follow the Most High. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we is the sheep that hear the voice of the Most High and that follow. You understand? We're going to follow the voice of the Most High, the things that he uttered through his prophets for us to do, for us to perform, for us to keep building this nation brick by brick, piece by piece. You understand? Because the Lord tells us in the book of Deuteronomy, give me that Bible, Deuteronomy 7:6. The Lord tells us in the book of Deuteronomy that we are separate people and that we are holy. You understand? We are not like the other people. We are not like the other nations. The way how we operate, the way how our structure is with our family, the way how our structure is for our nation, absolutely different from these other nations. You understand? Because they don't have a structure. The Lord said that his word was given to Jacob and to Israel. He didn't. Which I feel is next scripture we're going to, if I could, Baba Kushan. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6, Baba Kushan.
Kamukan, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7:6.
Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So for black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, the Lord saying that we are holy people. You understand? Holy means separate or Qadash in Hebrew. Throughout the Bible, you'll read different passages where the Lord saying that he separate us from the Egyptians. He made us to be separate. He made us to be holy. The Lord don't want us like these other people. You understand? Go ahead.
Kamukan, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Lord chose us to be separate and to be special. You understand? He wants us to be one of a kind, a nation that is different. Go ahead.
Above all people.
And the Lord, sorry, well, continue to the end, Baba Kusha.
Kamukan, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
The Lord wants us to be what? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Give me show it is good, Baba Kusha. You understand? Yeah. Hold on, eh? The Lord saying that he wants us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to be above all these other nations, all these other races. When you read the word nations in the Bible, just means races. Psalm 147:19, Baba Kusha. You understand? That is how the Lord wants the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to be. Although we are at the bottom right now, the Lord wants us to be above. He give us rules, he give us laws, he give us commandments. You understand? And we fail to keep it because we want to follow after these other nations. We want to follow after these gods. We want to follow after their lusts. You understand? When we read, as we were reading on the video show last Thursday, when we read from the Babylon to Timbuktu, you're seeing when we fled into Africa, we start absorbing the African tribes into our culture, into our way. You understand? When we get whipped, we get beaten, we lost our culture, we lost our heritage. So now we are lost people. That's why you say we are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. Nobody don't know who is the true Jews today. You understand? Except for the men in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yan. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
The book of Psalm, chapter 147, and verse 19.
Go ahead.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
So the Most High showed his words unto Jacob. You understand these rules, these regulations, these laws, commandments, and statutes. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
But Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You understand? And he became the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we say. The 12 tribes meaning the 12 sons of Israel. So it is word unto Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, his statute and judgment unto Israel. This constitution, these laws, this book was given to one nation. Go ahead.
From God. Verse 20. He had not dealt so with any nation.
He had not what?
He had not dealt so with any nation.
The Lord hasn't dealt so with any other race. The East Indians, the Chinese, the Syrians, the Japanese, the Portuguese, whatsoever it is, the Lord said he did not deal so with any nation. These rules, these laws, commandments, and statutes was given unto one people. You understand? Go ahead.
From God. And as for his judgment.
And as for what?
And as for his judgment.
But as for the judgments and the Most High, the punishments, different things that can happen for breaking the laws of God, go ahead.
They have not known them.
They have not known them. Because why? These things was given to you. These things was given to this nation so that this nation will be above all people on the face of the earth. And when this nation is above, they now is going to teach the other nations how to live righteously in this world. You understand? But right now, black people are the bottom. Black people are the bottom of society, and we are not living righteous because we do not understand what is righteousness. But for you to understand what is righteousness, like rule number 1, Morris 3.14, or any Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, that is on the 4 corners of the earth. You understand? Type of ISUPK in whatever country or city in, and find the school nearest you and start learning, because this is a school. This is not religion. The Bible is not a religious book. This is a school for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, woman, child. You understand? Where you can come and understand your culture, your history, your heritage, who you are as a people. You understand? Now I want to show something before I end the class, right? That little freak storm in Trinidad today, right? And when I see that, it just sparks something in me to remember how serious and how powerful it is with the Most High. You understand? And when you start understanding the Bible, they start understanding the things that our forefather went through, the things that the Lord was telling our forefathers, why he was telling us pass it down throughout our generation. Because, for example, like the Passover, you say, teach that to your generation. Ask them why. Why, when they ask your sons and your sons' sons, why this happened, you must be able to explain to them. You understand? You must be able to explain it to them that the Most High move us out from Egypt among these Egyptians, the mighty hand, just paraphrasing. But we're supposed to be teaching our children all these high holy days, all these feast days, the laws of God, things that they could do, things that they can do. We're supposed to be doing that. So when I see this day today, I say, hey, thank the Lord. You understand? And if people could understand the fear of the Lord, start understanding how the Lord is operating. The scripture says David was a man after the Lord's heart, after the Lord's mind. You understand? When you see certain things happening, you go, know that, boy, with the Lord, yeah, things like that possible. You understand? Let me grab this quick before we end up the class, right? From studio. All right, I'll play this one first.
What did you?
Right, so we're just going to watch a little bit of the little freak storm it had in West today, right?
What's that? What did you? Like galvanizing up the whole roof. Look, our next roof gone. Who the ass is this? Our next roof. Our next roof.
scaring me so much.
What the frick?
Where's that?
Look, yeah, I don't see it.
Where's that?
Tornado. A tornado.
It's coming here?
Yep. A tornado.
For real?
Lord Father, no. Please, no. Tornado.
Oh, that happening.
What the fuck? Hey, don't develop there, no. Come here, I'll go inside Miss Donna. The galvanizer move, Miss Donna, you gotta move.
Right, so now, that freak storm are passing the West Day today, a couple of houses, roof get blown. And everybody excited, news thing, everybody, you know, coming along the line. But there's something here that we have to understand. If you could, right? Give me Exodus chapter 8 and verse 21, Baba Kosha. You hold that for me, right? There's something I have to understand. I want to roll back the video a little bit. And you play it. What's something that happened here?
Oh my God.
Right? This is Westmoreland area. Every point I was showing the screen, but to the horizon, what's over to the horizon? Bare sunlight. You understand? To the horizon is bare sunlight. So now only in this area.
It's scaring me so much.
What the
Only in that
frick?
area with
Where's
all them
that?
galvanized
Look, yeah, I
and
don't
things
see it.
flying out.
Where's that?
That take it.
Tornado.
Right? Now, that is one thing to consider. Now, let's scroll up a little bit further.
The galvanizer move, Miss Donna, you gotta move.
I'm just trying to scroll up a little bit, just get back over right.
It's gone.
Right? So if you watch over the two buildings on the right there, over on the horizon, you see the sea line not too far from them. Right? So just in that area alone, this freak storm take place. You understand? You see not too far, but bare sunlight on the other side. Right? Remove this. Hold on. You see how the galvanized and the roof chain up. That's the wind. Right? Just going in that area. Right? Whole country. Right? So you see a couple of houses get damaged. Down in that area there. Now, this is someone who was on the sea. So when all the things take place, houses get damaged. It moved from in the land. Goes in the sea. This was the end. After the cloud. Right? And everybody amazed, everybody wants to know how that happened. Right? The area where everybody and that was like I was bringing out a little earlier. You're saying, you know, if it wasn't a poor area, the help we would have had to get would have take some time, would have take a while. You understand? And these people in these areas,
Yeah, this.
all kind of thing, right? So now going back to this. So we're seeing the freak storm take place, everybody excited, everybody happy, everybody wild, right? But in the horizon, not too far away, bare sunlight, everybody functioning normal. But this area alone, this take place. Now, I want me to go to the book of Exodus, Baba Kosha. Give me Exodus 10 and verse 21.
The book of Exodus, chapter 10 and verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward the heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
That there may what?
that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
So this was in Egypt, right? When Israel was going to leave Egypt, the Lord, this is a little backdrop, the Lord showing whereby Moses, telling Moses to show Pharaoh to let my people go and all these different things, right? So now he's telling Moses what to do. Go ahead.
Stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
So stretch out the hand, go out darkness over the face of Egypt, even darkness where they could feel. Imagine the place so dark. Imagine the place so dark that the people could feel the darkness. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
3 days.
3 days, darkness. Go ahead to verse 23.
Verse 23. They saw not one another.
They do what?
They saw not one another.
So the place so dark, they didn't see one another. First, the place dark. Go ahead.
Neither rose any from his place for 3 days.
For what?
Neither any rose from his place for 3 days.
So no, not one person could get up and come outside or move for 3 days. First, the place dark. Remember that darkness the Lord say go feel, right? Go ahead.
But all the children of Israel.
But who?
But all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling.
But all the children of Israel had what? Light in their dwelling. Meaning, we didn't suffer that darkness that the Egyptians suffered. You understand? Remember, we was in Egypt. Darkness. In Egypt. Darkness that they could feel. 3 days. The Egyptians can't move from the house. But the children of Israel, the Lord's chosen people, yeah, it had light in their dwelling. Give me Exodus 8, Baba Kusha, jump to verse 21.
Book of Exodus, chapter 8, and verse 21.
Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Else if thou.
Jump up to verse 20.
Book of Exodus, chapter 8, and verse 20.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning.
Do what?
Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh.
Do what?
And stand before Pharaoh.
Rise up early in the morning, stand before Pharaoh. Go ahead.
Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me.
So Moses is telling Pharaoh, let my people go, because he wanted to go and serve the Most High. You understand? But Pharaoh didn't want to let the Lord's people go. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee.
So swarms of flies was going to take over Egypt. You understand? If Pharaoh didn't let the Lord's people go under Moses' command, right? Go ahead.
And upon thy servants, and upon thy people,
go ahead,
and into thy houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen.
So he's saying in that day I will separate the land of Goshen. He will separate it. When all these flies, all these plagues, because this was one of the plagues in Egypt, that the Lord was going to send unto Egyptians because they didn't want to let the Lord's chosen people go. You understand? When you're reading these things in the book, some people might think, that fly. Lord said in Egypt, he's separating Goshen. Continue, Baba Kusha.
And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell.
Go ahead.
That no swarms of flies shall be there.
That what?
That no swarms of flies shall be there.
Go ahead.
To the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
So no flies would have been to the end. So the people will know who is the Lord, who that power is. Who is the power over the children of Israel? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
To the end thou may know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth.
And we will know that this is the Lord who is in the midst of the earth. You understand? Remember Moses, the Lord gave Moses the instructions to go to Pharaoh. Let my people go. You understand? Or these plagues will take them. these things is going to happen to you if you let my people go, because the Lord was getting ready to exit Israel from Egypt. He was getting ready to let go the Egyptians, to let go Israel from under the hard bondage of the Egyptians. You understand? Get the mic on it? All right. Yeah, low. Yeah. Right? Because under that bondage, and now we're looking to get out of Egypt. So the Lord plague in Egypt, flies, frogs, you understand? Water that stink, water turning blood. All these different things started to happen to the people in Egypt. Right? Continue with verse 23, Baba Kusha.
The book of Exodus, chapter 8 and verse 23. And I will put a division.
I will do what?
I will put a division.
The Lord saying that He's going to put a division, a separation. Go ahead.
Between my people.
Between His people
and thy people.
Remember that is in Egypt. So the Lord put in a separation again, as He had said, between the Egyptians and Israel. He's going to put a division between His people and my people. Go ahead. His people and thy people, sorry.
Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Tomorrow you're going to see this sign. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 24. The Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies.
So the next day, the Lord made it happen. There came a grievous swarm of flies. Go ahead.
Into the house of Pharaoh, and into all his servants' house, and into all the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
The land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies. Verse 25.
Wait, hold on. Hold on 1 minute, Baba Kusha. I feel I missed something. Hold on, Baba Kusha. Hold it there. 1 minute again, Baba Kusha. Yeah, pass it. Go back to verse 22, Baba Kusha. I'm saying something wrong.
The book of Exodus, chapter 8 and verse 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell.
So the Lord saying in that day He's going to sever the land of Goshen in that day. Right, go ahead.
In which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there.
So He's going to sever the land of Egypt, where His people dwell, in the land of Goshen, when no flies is going to be there. So it's only on the Egyptian side all these flies are going to be. And when you watch going down to the passage, you're going to see when these plagues were taking place, nothing wasn't happening to the children of Israel. Now, when I watch this video here, right, it just makes me reflect back on this part, on this scripture here. You understand? Letting our people know, Black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people, these things that happen in Egypt is absolutely true. Because what's happening in Westmoreland, right in Westmoreland, and a little further off, not much, what's in the distance? A little further off, nothing, bare sunlight and everything good. But right in that area alone, destruction. You understand? Which also let us know what? We can't hide from the Most High. We cannot hide from the Most High. We could do what we want. The Lord ready, easy for the Lord to touch you. And that is why the Lord said, He set us as watchmen over the house of Israel. You understand? He set us to watch Black people and Hispanic people and Native Indian, and to give them what? Warning. Remember Ezekiel one more time, Baba Kushan, we'll close off for that. You understand? To give them warning. So when these things start happening, so-called Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you'll understand who is the Lord, you will understand who is the Most High power. You will understand what the prophets, you understand, in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge have been saying. since 1969. Where do you have it, Baba Kusha? Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17.
No, no.
Go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 3 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Son of man,
Go ahead.
I have made thee a watchman.
Lord saying that He has made us a watchman. He has made us watchmen. The so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You come into the knowledge of this truth. Lord say He has made us watchmen. We have to watch out for the dangers of our people. We have to watch out for where they might slip, where they might stumble. We have to watch out and give them warning for the Most High. Go ahead.
Now come, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth.
Therefore, do what?
Hear the word at my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and give them warning from me.
Hear the word at the Most High mouth. This book, this Bible, we have to take this book and give the people the warnings. Give the people the warnings of the Most High. You understand? With that, when the party class over the priest and officer Michael, that was the any passage, right? Yeah, that was the any passage. Right? With that, when the party class over the priest and officer Michael, right? Again, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Right? The school location in Point Fortin is light pole number 1, Morris Street in Point Fortin. Again, light pole number 1, Morris Street in Point Fortin. The number for the school is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, 479-8286. The caller, that is the officer above me. If you need any information in the school, remember we are in the Feast of Tabernacle, which will end on Monday, October the 13th. After that, the next feast, the Feast of Dedication of Hanukkah, that will be December 14th, which will be on a Sunday, right? These are the high holy days and feast days that we as a people supposed to be keeping, because the Lord said that we supposed to be keeping that, right? Again, every Thursday from 7 p.m., myself and Officer Sowapiala will be on 91.9 FM per hour, dropping you the truth. So any questions you have, you can slide over on us on our Facebook or YouTube page or 91.9 FM website. Drop us the message and you'll get your questions answered, right? With that, in particular, I want to present Officer Michael.
We are the ISPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. You rule for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the word. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'asher. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, we will offer it for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Dedication, right? Known as Hanukkah. This is the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, which is Sunday, the 8th December 2025. Remind Akim and Aquatic, check on social media, such as ISPPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISPPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirt, like headband, or scarf. And with that, we say, I imagine, sir, we're going to turn and face east, and we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. I will now, Shabbat Shemai, Dash, Hayah, Shabka, Yahweh, Malabaka, Taba'at, Ratazaka, Hayah, Baratazak,
Kawa, Kaya, Masamai, the thunder no, the come, you walk, what's the luck no, cover what no, that's the luck no, cover what no, Walla, Tabiana, when they are one, above, our shine, my young, right, Kaya, Laka, Amalaka, Wahala, Watapara, I will learn it, I'm not.
You just said in English, our
Father, and I'm trying to help you. How do I need? How? That thing you call. Really done. And good. As to the heaven, give us the state. Daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forget our debts. It is not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Psalm. And Israel, let's give the teacher a 126 salute. Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Shami Shai Bakata, Yahweh Shami Shai Bakata, Yalmata, Sa, let's give the sisters online 126 salute. Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Shami Shai Bakata, Yalmata, class dismissed.
You know how we do it, Commander General, and feeding the people, down here in Trinidad. You see what's going on with the rain right now, and condition of the people right now is real bad. So again, big ups Commander General Yana, for all the work that put in over the years, that we could raise up, young black men down here in Trinidad, and could do the same as well in his footsteps.